Hello, I'm Faten Amamou. I'm expert comptable. In UK we say chartered accountant, and USA we say certified public accountant. I help expatriates do and set up business in France. The first question that you may face: what is the best legal status which suits my business? So today we are going to look at two major legal statutes known in France, SASU and EURL, for one shareholder. To make it simple, we will take the example of Peter. Peter is a UK citizen. He used to work in England in a big corporation there, and he found a very interesting job opportunity in Paris. He decided to settle down in Paris, and now he's working in a French subsidiary. He wants to set up his own business now, and after market study and financial study, he is finally ready to register his business. Now Peter is a little confused. What kind of legal status he would choose, EURL or SASU? In this video, we will talk about the similarities and the difference between EURL and SASU. The first similarity is the separation between the personal assets of Peter and the professional assets of the company. So let's say Peter has many properties in UK and he has also a house in France. So these are considered as personal assets of Peter. And now Peter will invest in computers, in programs for his company. These computers and programs are considered as professional assets of the future company. There is a total separation between the assets of the company and the assets of Peter. In case his company faces any problems, like not paying taxes or social charges, the tax authorities or the social organizations won't take over the assets of Peter, and they get paid from the assets of the company. So the assets of Peter are totally secured. The second similarity between EURL and SASU is the capital. When Peter wants to set up a company, he needs to really think about the capital. In France, the capital can be €1, but to reassure his partners, mainly clients, suppliers and banks, he needs to have a big capital. The third similarity is the bank account of the company, EURL or SASU, needs to be totally different and separate from the personal bank account of Peter. The fourth similarity between EURL and SASU is the process of incorporation of the company. In France, we need to incorporate the company in the Chamber of Commerce and in the very specific service called Registre des commerces et des sociétés, where Peter needs to put all the documents there, like bylaws, contracts and forms. The fifth similarity between EURL and SASU is the obligations of the company. We have 4 different obligations: tax obligation, bookkeeping obligation, social obligation and legal obligation. We will go through all these obligations in different videos. The main difference between EURL and SASU is the social status of Peter as a founder of a company if he decides to take any revenue from his company. If Peter wants to set up EURL, he would be considered as a manager and independent worker of the EURL. In French, we say gérant, associé unique, travailleur indépendant. And he needs to pay his social contributions and social charges to a very specific organization called Caisse des Indépendants. If Peter now wants to set up SASU, he would be considered as président de la SASU, president of the company, and he would be considered as employee of the SASU, assimilé salarié. And then Peter, if he wants to take a salary, he will pay social charges to URSSAF, very specific organization for employees in France. So to conclude, the main 5 common points between EURL and SASU are the separation of assets, the capital, the bank account, the incorporation procedure, and the obligations after the incorporation. The major difference is the social status of Peter. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions, please comment below and we will be happy to answer you. Merci et au revoir.